Prepare to be astonished because what I am about to reveal to you could dramatically alter your understanding of the world around you. It may come as a surprise, but some of the items we readily accept from others could be silently holding us back from achieving our true potential. Perhaps it has never crossed your mind, but the very essence, the vibrational energy linked to these objects, might be subtly shaping the course of your life's journey. Today, I am going to unveil 15 specific items that you should absolutely never accumulate or receive from others, as they could be the unseen barriers obstructing your path to happiness and fulfillment. By the time we reach the conclusion of our time together, you will grasp just how potent your possessions can be and how they might be influencing your existence in ways you have never previously imagined. Watch to the end and you'll find out the most important thing. But before we delve deeper into this fascinating topic, I have a special gift for you, a token of my gratitude. If you aspire to effortlessly elevate the energy within your home, I invite you to download my Ultimate Feng Shui Home Checklist, completely free of charge. This simple room-by-room guide will assist you in creating an environment of serenity, prosperity, and equilibrium throughout your dwelling. You can access it immediately. The link is conveniently pinned in the comments section below. Chapter 1: Why certain objects radiate negative vibrations. Have you ever pondered the profound resonance held within everyday objects? It is truly remarkable the unseen burdens that certain items can bear. Many things, whether they are cherished family heirlooms, well-intentioned gifts, or simply commonplace possessions, carry a significance that goes far beyond their material form. Consider an object within your own home, perhaps an antique necklace, a legacy from your great-aunt. It might appear beautiful and evoke sentimental feelings, but what if it is also holding on to echoes of past sorrows or unresolved conflicts? Indeed, objects are not energetically inert vessels. They are akin to sponges, absorbing the very essence of their surroundings. As Buddhist philosophy so wisely teaches us, everything in this universe is interconnected, a vast web of interdependence. Just as a tree draws sustenance from sunlight, objects imbibe the vibrations of the experiences they witness. A necklace, for instance, can accumulate the vibrational imprint of stress, heartbreak, or anger from those who possessed it before. Have you ever been aware of a subtle shift in your inner landscape after handling particular items? A chest of cherished keepsakes might evoke a feeling of unease, or a gift that once felt lighthearted may now feel inexplicably heavy. These objects carry energy, and at times, this energy may clash with your current state of being, creating disharmony. This is precisely where the practice of mindfulness becomes essential. By discerning which objects emanate negative vibrations, you can embark on a journey of decluttering, not just your physical realm, but your inner sanctuary, your mind, and your spirit. Releasing items that no longer serve your highest good is not merely a physical act of tidying, it is a profound spiritual purification. It cultivates space for fresh, positive energies to enter and flourish. In the Buddhist tradition, detachment is revered as a sacred practice of releasing that which impedes our growth. It is about recognizing and gently letting go of the emotional baggage that clings to objects, weighing us down. The enlightened Buddha taught that by relinquishing attachments, including those to physical possessions, we liberate ourselves from suffering and open ourselves to a cascade of new blessings and opportunities for spiritual evolution. Take a moment for introspection and reflect upon your own belongings. Are there items in your life that consistently bring you more unease than joy? By consciously choosing to release them, you are creating fertile ground for healing and profound transformation. This transformative process aligns perfectly with the Buddhist principle of mindfulness, being acutely aware of the energies we carry and what no longer nourishes our souls. By gracefully letting go of the old, you are actively making room for new beginnings, enriching relationships, and boundless growth. As the Buddha eloquently stated, when you let go of what you are, you become what you might be. Embrace this liberating process of release and invite an abundance of serenity and blessings into your precious life. Now I'm going to tell you the gist. Chapter 2: Steer clear of collecting images or belongings of those who have passed. We are often told that the cherished memories of those we love endure within the chambers of our hearts, but what if their presence lingers within the objects we hold onto as well? While photographs and mementos of departed loved ones can be treasured as potent symbols of enduring affection, they can also, at times, carry unresolved emotions and energies that may not always resonate harmoniously with our present life. In numerous spiritual traditions, including the profound wisdom of Buddhism, it is believed that when someone transitions from this earthly realm, their energy does not always depart instantaneously. These objects can inadvertently become bridges, ethereal connections between the physical world and the spiritual dimensions, potentially inviting unresolved energies into our personal space. For example, a piece of jewelry lovingly passed down from someone who encountered significant hardship in their life might seem like a precious keepsake, yet it could also carry the weight of their past struggles. In Buddhist teachings, the principle of interconnectedness reminds us that all things are interwoven and objects possess the remarkable ability to absorb the energies that surround them. This is why we can sometimes perceive a subtle, almost imperceptible shift in our emotional state when we hold on to such items. The energy emanating from the past may not always align seamlessly with our current state of mind, potentially disrupting our inner peace. A dear friend once confided that her grandmother's ring, a cherished family heirloom, inexplicably brought her a sense of discomfort after her grandmother's passing. Initially, she dismissed this unease, attributing it to grief, but over time, she came to realize that the ring itself was holding onto her grandmother's unresolved pain and sorrow. Only after spiritually cleansing the ring did this persistent discomfort gradually dissipate. This poignant anecdote vividly illustrates the profound extent to which objects can retain the emotional imprints of their past owners. So, what is the appropriate course of action when faced with such objects? Should we simply discard them? Not necessarily. It is about approaching them with mindful respect and discernment. If these items hold deep personal significance and you feel compelled to keep them, it becomes crucial to spiritually cleanse them before displaying them or storing them within your home. One effective method for spiritual cleansing is the ancient practice of smudging with sage, renowned for its ability to dispel negative energies, or alternatively, placing them under the gentle radiance of the moonlight to purify them. This process is not about erasing the past or diminishing the memories associated with these objects. Rather, it is about creating sacred space for the present moment and the unfolding future. Ensuring that the energy you carry within your life is in harmonious alignment with your current journey. Buddhist teachings gently encourage mindful detachment, urging us to acknowledge the past with reverence without allowing it to define or confine us. By mindfully cleansing and treating these objects with care and intention, we ensure that they remain cherished symbols of love and remembrance, rather than becoming unwitting burdens that weigh us down. As the Buddha wisely proclaimed, to hold on to things is to be held by them. By thoughtfully cleansing and honoring these objects, we liberate ourselves from their potential hold, allowing growth, inner peace, and spiritual harmony to gracefully flow into our lives. This delicate balance between honoring the past and living fully and vibrantly in the present moment is the key to cultivating a life richly imbued with cherished memories, yet unburdened by their potential shadows. The important thing is ahead. Chapter 3. Never accept sharp implements as gifts. Have you ever been presented with a knife, a razor, or another sharp object as a gift? While these items might seem like thoughtful gestures, perhaps symbols of refined craftsmanship or practicality, they carry subtle yet significant spiritual risks. Sharp objects are often intrinsically linked to themes of division, conflict, and even aggression. Unwittingly accepting such a gift can inadvertently invite negative energy, misfortune, strained relationships, or even spiritual disruptions into your life. In Buddhist philosophy, it is understood that everything possesses energy, and sharp objects, by their very nature, symbolize the act of severing and division. Energetically, they can create rifts in the bonds between people, strain relationships, and disturb your inner peace of mind. An ancient Buddhist story recounts the tale of a young monk who received a beautifully crafted ceremonial knife as a gift. Despite its aesthetic appeal, the monk found himself experiencing a growing sense of discomfort and noticed a subtle but palpable strain in his interactions with others. Upon seeking counsel from a wise elder, he learned that the knife, regardless of its intention, carried an inherent energy of aggression and division. Through a dedicated cleansing ritual, the monk was able to restore balance and serenity to his life and relationships. Should you ever find yourself in the uncomfortable situation of receiving such a gift, it is essential not to dismiss any feelings of unease that may arise. In Buddhist practice, there exists a simple yet effective solution to neutralize the potential negative energy associated with sharp gifts. Offer a coin in exchange. This seemingly small gesture symbolically transforms the act of receiving a gift into a transaction, thus neutralizing the potential energetic implications attached to the object and restoring balance to your personal space. Remember, it is not solely about the physical gift itself, but rather the subtle energy it carries and the potential impact it can have. By cultivating mindfulness in our interactions, particularly when receiving gifts, especially those of a sharp nature, we can proactively ensure that these items do not disrupt our inner peace or create disharmony in our relationships. Through simple rituals of cleansing and thoughtful exchange, we can effectively protect our energy and foster harmony in our lives. The profound wisdom of Buddha's teachings reminds us that material attachments can often lead to suffering, but by diligently understanding the subtle energies that objects carry, we can cultivate a life lived with greater mindfulness, intention, and balance. Chapter 4. Shoes, a symbol reflecting your life's journey. When we contemplate shoes, our minds often perceive them as a mere practical necessity, items we slip on each day without much thought to their deeper significance. However, shoes in their very essence are far more profound than simply coverings to protect our feet from the ground. In many ways, they serve as a potent symbol of the unique journey we traverse through life. Each mark, every scuff, every crease etched into the leather narrates a silent story about the path we have walked, the challenges we have overcome, our moments of triumph, the diverse places we have explored, and the choices we have made along the way. Buddhism illuminates that our path in life is not a linear, predictable trajectory. Rather, it is an intricate tapestry woven from a series of interconnected moments and decisions, each step leading us to the present point in our unfolding narrative. And much like our individual journey through the rich tapestry of life, the shoes we choose to wear serve as a tangible reflection of that very path. They carry the subtle imprints of our experiences, the echoes of our footsteps, and the energies we have encountered in our daily movements. But what transpires when we step into someone else's shoes, quite literally? Imagine this scenario. You discover a captivating pair of shoes at a second-hand store, or perhaps a kind friend generously offers you a pair they no longer require. Initially, you might not give a second thought to simply putting them on. After all, shoes are designed to protect our feet, are they not? Yet, on a deeper, more symbolic level, shoes represent movement, progress, and the direction we are actively taking in our lives. When we choose to wear someone else's shoes, we may unknowingly be taking on their energetic imprints, their personal struggles, and even their unresolved emotional burdens. There exists an ancient Buddhist parable, a story passed down through generations, about a traveler who embarked on a long and arduous journey. Along his path, he paused at a humble inn, where he encountered a wise elder who had journeyed far and wide across the lands. The elder, noticing the traveler's worn and weary shoes, compassionately offered him a new pair that had been left behind by a previous guest. The traveler, deeply grateful for this unexpected kindness, gratefully accepted the shoes and put them on without hesitation. However, as he continued his journey, he began to experience an inexplicable heaviness in his heart, a profound sense of weariness that he could not quite understand or shake off. The shoes, though physically comfortable and new to him, seemed to carry an unseen weight, an intangible burden. He gradually realized that the subtle energy of the person who had previously worn them was subtly influencing his own path, his own journey. The shoes, though seemingly innocuous, had absorbed the burdens and experiences of their previous owner, and he was now unknowingly carrying that weight with each step he took. This poignant parable beautifully illustrates a profound truth. Shoes are far more than mere objects designed to shield our feet. They are, in essence, carriers of energy, subtle vessels of vibrational resonance. Every pair we wear, especially second-hand shoes that have journeyed with another soul, can retain the subtle imprints of the person who wore them before us. The emotional and spiritual energy they have absorbed, the stories they have silently witnessed, can subtly influence our own journey, our own path through life. If the previous owner experienced hardship, stress, or unresolved emotional struggles, that energy may subtly cling to the shoes and, by extension, to the person who wears them now. This is not to suggest that second-hand shoes are inherently negative or that we should avoid them entirely. Instead, it is about cultivating mindfulness, being consciously aware of the energies we may be taking on when we choose to wear them. The practice of mindfulness, a central and foundational teaching in Buddhism, gently encourages us to be acutely aware of the world around us and the subtle energies we interact with in our daily lives. By being consciously aware of the items we choose to wear and how they might subtly affect us, we take ownership of our path, our journey, and the energy we carry with us. To proactively protect your own energy and ensure that your life's journey remains clear of unwanted burdens, it is wise to spiritually cleanse any second-hand shoes before you begin to wear them. This cleansing is not merely a physical act of cleaning, it is a spiritual purification and energetic reset. You can initiate this process by walking barefoot on fresh grass or the bare earth, consciously grounding yourself and releasing any accumulated negative energies that may have attached to you. The earth itself is a natural purifier, a grounding force, and walking upon it can help you reconnect with your own authentic energy and release anything that no longer serves your highest good. Another simple yet remarkably potent ritual is gently sprinkling the shoes with salt. Salt has been revered for centuries in numerous cultures and spiritual practices as a powerful tool for purification and energetic cleansing. It possesses the ability to absorb negative energy, effectively cleansing the space or object it touches and infusing it with a more positive and balanced vibration. By thoughtfully using salt, you are creating an energetic buffer, a protective shield between yourself and any residual energy that might be lingering within the shoes. Additionally, setting a strong, clear intention can work wonders in transforming the energy of second-hand items. Before you put on second-hand shoes, take a moment to pause, breathe deeply, and focus your awareness on your intentions. Visualize yourself walking forward on your path, unburdened by the past, moving freely and lightly towards your goals. Set the clear intention that these shoes will now support you in your journey, carrying you forward with ease and grace, free from any negative or stagnant energy that might have been previously associated with them. This seemingly simple act of setting intention aligns beautifully with the Buddhist principle of right intention, being mindful of what we consciously bring into our lives and how we actively use it to support our personal growth and spiritual evolution. There is a timeless saying in Buddhism, "The path is made by walking." This profound statement reminds us that life is not about passively waiting for opportunities to magically appear before us, but rather about actively stepping forward with awareness, intention, and purpose. Shoes in this context are not merely about moving from one physical location to another. They represent the steps we consciously take toward our greater purpose, our unfolding destiny. By mindfully cleansing and purifying the energy of the shoes we wear, we actively ensure that every step we take is aligned with our highest potential, unburdened by the shadows of the past or the weight of others' experiences. When we wear someone else's shoes without taking the time to cleanse them, we may unknowingly take on their burdens, their fears, or their stagnation. These subtle energies, though unseen, can subtly slow us down on our path, cloud our judgment, and even unconsciously influence the overall direction of our lives. But by incorporating simple rituals of cleansing and setting clear intentions, we can reclaim our personal power, take conscious ownership of our journey, and keep our path clear of unwanted baggage. Life, much like the journey of a traveler, is filled with unexpected twists and turns, and it is ultimately up to us to consciously choose the path we walk and the energy we carry with us. Every step we take matters, contributing to the unfolding tapestry of our lives. So, as you put on your shoes today, whether they are brand new or gently worn secondhand, remember the subtle energy they carry and the journey they represent. Take a moment to cleanse them, set your intention for the day, and step forward with clarity, purpose, and an open heart. Your journey is uniquely and beautifully yours, and each step you take is a reflection of the energy you bring forth into the world. Make sure it is an energy that will lovingly lead you precisely where you aspire to go. Chapter 5, Cursed Money, the Subtle Trap That Obstructs True Wealth. Have you ever received money that carried an inexplicable unease, a subtle feeling that something just wasn't quite right? Perhaps it was a generous gift from a friend, or an unexpectedly large tip, and initially you felt gratitude and joy. But shortly thereafter, you found yourself unexpectedly entangled in financial struggles, perhaps an unplanned expense or a sudden wave of debts that seemed to materialize out of thin air. If this scenario resonates with your experience, you may have dismissed it as mere coincidence, a random occurrence. However, the truth, as understood in many spiritual traditions, including the profound wisdom of Buddhism, is that money, like all things, carries the subtle energy of its previous owner. And if that individual harbored negative energy, experienced chronic stress, or acted with ill intentions, that energetic imprint can be transferred to the money itself, and by extension to you, the recipient. This phenomenon is not rooted in mere superstition. It is deeply grounded in the understanding that everything in the universe vibrates at an energetic frequency, including the seemingly mundane realm of money. In Buddhism, the principle of interconnectedness underscores that everything in our world is intricately linked, and the law of karma teaches us that actions, words, and even objects can retain the subtle energy of the past. Money is no exception to this universal principle. Reflect on those instances when you have received a sum of money from someone who might have been navigating a particularly challenging period in their life or was burdened by negative emotions. That energy, like a subtle residue, does not simply vanish. It can attach itself to the money, and you, as the receiver, might unknowingly inherit those underlying energies. The enlightened Buddha once wisely stated, "The mind is everything. What you think you become." This profound wisdom extends far beyond our individual thoughts. It permeates every facet of our existence, touching everything we encounter in our daily lives. If money becomes tainted by negativity, even unintentionally, it can subtly obstruct the natural flow of prosperity and abundance in our lives, creating energetic blockages. This is why in Buddhist practice it is considered essential to be mindful not only of our actions and words, but also of the subtle energies that surround us, particularly when it pertains to material things such as money. To proactively protect yourself from the potential negative energy that may be attached to money you receive, take a brief moment to cleanse any currency before you spend it. This simple practice is remarkably powerful. Gently hold the cash in your hands and visualize it being enveloped by a radiant, bright, and positive energy. See it glowing with abundance, prosperity, and positive potential. Silently affirm that this money will bring nothing but goodness and positive outcomes into your life and the lives of those you touch. In doing so, you consciously sever any potential negative ties to the past owner's energy and actively invite positive, abundant energy into your own financial space. This small ritual, deeply rooted in mindfulness and intention, helps ensure that money works in harmony with you, serving your well-being rather than inadvertently working against it. Chapter 6. Never accept or borrow a mirror from another. Mirrors are significantly more than just reflective surfaces that show us our outward appearance. We use them routinely each day to check our reflection, but in numerous cultures and spiritual traditions, mirrors are also revered as potent portals to other dimensions, unseen realms. They are believed to reflect not only what is physically present before them, but also the subtle energies of those who have gazed into their reflective depths. According to ancient wisdom passed down through generations, the energetic imprints left behind within a mirror can subtly linger, influencing the surrounding environment and the individuals who subsequently use it. If you choose to accept or borrow a mirror from another person, you may be unknowingly inviting their energetic residue into your personal space, whether that energy is positive or, more subtly, negative. In Buddhist philosophy, the concept of reflection extends far beyond the purely physical realm. The simple act of seeing ourselves reflected in a mirror is deeply symbolic of how we reflect upon our own lives, our inner landscape, and our journey of self-discovery. However, mirrors can also subtly reflect the energies of the past, the emotions and experiences of those who have interacted with them. And when we take possession of someone else's mirror, we may unknowingly be inviting their unresolved emotions, their personal struggles, or even negative patterns into our own lives, subtly influencing our present reality. I recall a poignant story from Buddhist teachings that perfectly illustrates this subtle energetic phenomenon. A young monk, newly arrived at the monastery, was kindly given an old mirror by one of the senior monks. The senior monk had used this mirror for many years, and though it appeared to be a simple, ordinary object, it held the weight of countless moments within the monastery walls, both joyful and challenging. The young monk began to use the mirror and soon started to notice unsettling emotions arising within him, feelings of confusion, persistent doubt, and inner unrest. He sought wise counsel from the abbot, who gently explained that the mirror, in its own way, had absorbed the subtle energy of its previous owner over time. The mirror, akin to a window into the soul, had reflected not only the physical world but also the emotions, the struggles, and the inner landscape of the person who had used it before him. Therefore, before you begin to use a borrowed or accepted mirror, take a mindful moment to cleanse it spiritually. Gently smudge it with sacred sage or place it under the purifying radiance of the moonlight, allowing the natural forces to gently purify its energetic field. Set a clear intention in your mind that only your own energy, your own reflection, is to be reflected back to you from this point forward. This simple yet profound act ensures that your personal space remains energetically clear, free from the potential unwanted energies of others, and that you maintain your inner peace and clarity of mind as you gaze into its depths. Chapter 7. Never collect salt from another person's supply. Salt is far more than a mere cooking ingredient used to enhance the flavors of our meals. It holds immense spiritual significance across numerous cultures, including the rich traditions of Buddhism, where it is deeply believed to purify, protect, and preserve. In ancient times, salt was not only used to preserve food from spoilage, but also to energetically protect people and sacred spaces from negative influences and unwanted energies. Salt is revered as a natural purifier, a substance that possesses the remarkable ability to absorb negative energy and prevent it from spreading and causing harm. But what subtle energetic dynamics are at play when you accept salt from another person? Salt, much like other items we use in our daily lives, can subtly absorb the energy of the individual who possesses it, acting as an energetic sponge. If you accept salt from someone who is currently navigating emotional turmoil, experiencing confusion, or even facing financial hardship, you might unknowingly take on a subtle energetic resonance of their current state. The salt in this scenario could subtly carry their burdens, and when you subsequently use it in your own space, those burdens may, in turn, subtly manifest within your own life. To proactively protect your own precious energy field, it is always wise to maintain your own personal supply of salt, one that is energetically free from the potential subtle influences of others. Think of it as your personal spiritual armor, a protective shield against unwanted energetic intrusions. This dedicated supply of salt represents your own positive energy, your clear intentions, and your commitment to maintaining energetic boundaries, ensuring that you remain grounded, centered, and protected from any external negativity that may inadvertently cross your path. Whether your intention is for spiritual purification, energetic cleansing, or simply to safeguard your inner peace and well-being, consciously maintaining your own personal supply of salt serves as a powerful tool to safeguard your clarity, your vitality, and your overall well-being. Chapter 8. Wigs and Hair Extensions, Unseen Spiritual Dangers. Hair is not merely a physical characteristic that frames our faces. It is, in fact, a potent vessel of personal energy, a subtle antenna receiving and transmitting vibrational frequencies. Every strand of hair in its intricate structure subtly carries with it the emotional and spiritual imprints of the person to whom it once belonged. When you choose to wear wigs or hair extensions sourced from another individual, you are unknowingly, and perhaps unintentionally, tapping into their unique energetic field, connecting to their vibrational resonance. Whether those past experiences woven into the hair are predominantly positive or tinged with negativity, the subtle energy emanating from that person's life story is, in a sense, woven into each and every strand of hair. Buddhist teachings profoundly emphasize the interconnectedness of all beings, the intricate web of relationships that bind us together. And because of this inherent interconnectedness, the energy we exchange with others, whether consciously or unconsciously, can subtly influence our own energetic field, our own life path. If you wear someone else's hair, even with the best of intentions, you may unknowingly absorb their unresolved struggles, their anxieties, or even subtle misfortunes that may have been a part of their life journey. One cautionary story I recall from Buddhist folklore recounts the experience of a woman who, for various reasons, chose to wear a wig that had previously belonged to someone who had lived through immense hardship and significant personal challenges. Over time, she began to notice her own life inexplicably becoming filled with unexpected difficulties, pervasive emotional turmoil, unforeseen financial problems, and escalating relationship struggles. After seeking guidance from a wise spiritual counselor, she was gently informed that the wig she was wearing was subtly carrying the unresolved energy and past experiences of its previous owner. She diligently performed a dedicated cleansing ritual, and gradually, over time, her life began to gently return to a state of balance and harmony. If you consciously choose to wear wigs or hair extensions, it becomes crucial to proactively cleanse them spiritually before wearing them, especially if their origin is unknown or if they are second-hand items. The gentle practice of smudging them with sacred sage or carefully soaking them in salt water can effectively help to clear away any lingering negative energy or subtle energetic imprints. By thoughtfully purifying these items, you can proactively protect your own precious energy field and maintain your spiritual clarity as you navigate your daily life. Chapter 9. Second-hand Jewelry and Accessories, Hidden Energies. Jewelry often holds profound sentimental value, serving as tangible reminders of cherished moments and loved ones, and can subtly carry emotional energy from its past owners, acting as an energetic vessel. Consider a ring that has been lovingly passed down through generations within a family lineage, perhaps a ring once worn by someone who experienced significant financial struggles or prolonged periods of hardship. Or imagine a necklace that was once cherished and worn during a time of profound heartbreak or emotional pain. The subtle energy of those past experiences, the emotional imprints, can, at times, subtly attach itself to the jewelry itself and unknowingly be transferred to you when you choose to wear it. Therefore, before you choose to wear second-hand jewelry, it is wise to proactively cleanse it spiritually. Incorporate simple yet effective rituals such as gently smudging the jewelry with sacred sage or thoughtfully placing the item under the purifying radiance of the moonlight to consciously clear away any unwanted or lingering energy. This simple act of purification, performed with intention and respect, helps ensure that the jewelry you choose to wear serves you in a positive and uplifting manner, rather than inadvertently carrying the emotional baggage or unresolved experiences of someone else's past. Chapter 10. Handkerchiefs and Personal Cloth Items, Absorbent Energies. Handkerchiefs are often perceived as merely practical items, simple pieces of cloth we use in our daily lives. However, they possess a deeper, often overlooked significance. They absorb far more than just physical dirt or perspiration. They also possess the remarkable ability to soak up emotional and spiritual energy, acting as subtle energetic sponges. Reflect upon the times you have personally used a handkerchief, perhaps during moments of illness, periods of heightened stress, or times of deep grieving. These seemingly simple items silently absorb the potent emotions tied to those moments, holding onto subtle energetic residues. If you choose to accept or share a handkerchief with another person, you may unknowingly take on a subtle energetic imprint of the burdens, emotions, or experiences of the individual who used it before you. It is wise to be mindful of the subtle energetic exchange that can occur when sharing or receiving personal cloth items, and to consciously consider the potential emotional or spiritual weight they may carry, even if unseen. Before using them, particularly if they are shared or secondhand, it is important to cleanse them spiritually to ensure they do not inadvertently carry the emotional residue of past struggles or unresolved energies. The objects we consciously choose to surround ourselves with in our daily lives subtly carry energy, and the things we readily accept into our personal space can, in turn, influence our spiritual path, either subtly supporting or subtly hindering our progress. Whether it is a well-intentioned gift, a seemingly harmless second-hand item, or an everyday object, each piece carries a subtle energetic signature that can subtly impact our lives. By cultivating mindfulness in our choices and proactively performing simple cleansing rituals, we can consciously protect our personal space and our precious energy field, ensuring that we actively attract positive influences into our lives and create an environment conducive to well-being and spiritual growth. If you found today's insights valuable and resonated with your inner wisdom, please give us a thumbs up as a gesture of appreciation and subscribe to our channel for more enlightening content in the future. Your profound breakthrough begins today, in this very moment. Embrace it fully with clarity, inner peace, and the gentle wisdom of mindful awareness.